Yeah, yeah, good afternoon, sir, ma'am. On behalf of District Master Muzaffarpur, I am presenting this project, and this is a very short and just we have started this project in Muzaffarpur, and it's a Tika Wali Naw, and we are just strengthening the COVID vaccination, which is going on from 16th of January, all across the India, and I hope you all are aware that the Muzaffarpur, Bihar is just a second. Just a second, my slide is not moving. Yeah, it's moving. So I hope you all know that the Muzaffarpur is the city which is situated in the northern part of the Bihar, and it's completely surrounded by the different rivers, that is Buriganda, Gandak, Kankai, and Bagmati. And our city is basically famous for the lychee production, and it's supplied to all across the world. But in the same time, the city is also suffering from acute encephalitis syndrome, that is Chamki Bukhar. And in the same time, we have started our vaccination program in Muzaffarpur with Government of India's guideline from 16th of January. But it's after 6 months, the swing was very good. But we are very close to Nepal, and high rain. If the rains in the Nepal, we are most of the blocks is over flooded and surrounded by the high flow rivers, and at that point of time, the vaccination becomes a big challenge for all those blocks. And out of 38 districts, 14 districts are flooded in Bihar. The big issue with the Muzaffarpur during the vaccination, we have a 16 blocks, and out of 16, 5 blocks are absolute flood prone. And out of that, we have a block named Katra that is completely cut off by due to the flood situations over there. And specifically, if you'll see that block out of 22, 14 blocks are completely becomes an island. And during the floods, most of the people gathered in a school or in a community hall lives together, and the chances of spread of the COVID virus becomes a much more uh, dangerous. So we have targeted to touch each and every person who is living in the flood prone area. But the flood is not only in the river, that is besides the rivers. And if the flood is besides the river, we cannot run a big steamers to go over there. So we have identified all those 12 panchayats to understand the situation and the scenario of the peoples. It is well known that the peoples who are living in the flood prone area, they are basically struggling for their foods and the shelters. The district administration have provided each and every person's foods and shelter, but in the meantime, we have started vaccination over there, and we have only one solution to reach over there. We cannot use a big boats, we cannot use a big steamers, we cannot run through the motorable cars or motor cars. We have had, or we have just started using small boats over there. We have started this project on 9th of the July, and we are about to complete 1 month over there. And the boat started normally in the morning hours, and they touch and or they are touching or they are reaching out all those people who are unreachable. The day when we have started that, we found 20 people who are interested to go for the vaccination. But we have almost completed a month, and we have touched more than 5,000 people got vaccinated with that Tika Wali Naw. It's an absolute low cost intervention, because it's a flood prone area, and you find everywhere small boats in the village, and the volunteers are there. We have just provides the vaccinators verify and the vaccines to for the community to save their lives. So in a after introducing it to 200 people who are interested to get vaccinated over there. There are small hamlets. People are surrounded by the waters. They are struggling to live over there. They are accumulated in a small community halls or the villages. If they get food and shelters, and in addition to food and shelters, they are continuously getting the COVID vaccinations. They becomes very very satisfied. They are absolute satisfied that the district administration is doing something differently to them to save from the COVID vaccine, from the COVID third waves. Few of the people have suggested that we should go for the COVID testing also, but we have denied that just for the sake of their satisfaction. If we can start the COVID testing over there, then maybe dissatisfaction kind of action or kind of just retaliation becomes will be appear in the community. So we have just started vaccination. This is, and the second thing is that we have right now we have only two Tika Wali Naw is running all across the Muzaffarpur. It's a no cost, low cost intervention. Now it becomes a brand for Muzaffarpur. Some other districts like Khagadia and some other districts like Supol, they have also replicated these interventions in their districts. They are using this small kind of interventions, but for the very fruitful and significant outcomes at the community level. Right now, we have completed almost 5,000 vaccinations through the Tika Wali Naw, and we have a
sorry for the interruption, sir. But you will need to conclude your presentation.
Yeah, I'm in the last slide.
Okay, sir. Okay. You can continue, sir.
Carry on, please.
So this is all. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, I can hear you. Hello?
Yeah. Over?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, it's over, ma'am.
So basically what you have done is you have reached the flood maroon villages using now.
Yes, small now.
Transport is taken care, but what about the vaccine needs to be carried in a particular temperature and has certain precautions have to be taken. Have you taken care of those?
Actually, in a boat, we have a two vaccinator, one verifier, and we have a vaccine carrier over there. And the boat always started at the 8 a.m. from the primary health centers. They reaches around, it took around 1 hour, 130, 90 minutes or 120 minutes to reach the small hamlets, and the complete vaccination done before 4 p.m. because after sunset we cannot run the boat in the flooded area.
So that is okay, but till that time vaccine needs to be kept in cold and dry place. So how do you manage it in a small place?
Yeah, it's a vaccine always kept in a vaccine carrier, so that is absolutely dry. We have a dry ice over there. The way we are vaccinating all across the cities, the same way we are doing with the help of the boards. Actually, our auxiliary nurse midwife is there, so she is taking care of each and everything, and one IT person is also there. So anyone can see in our COVID portal that Tika Wali Naw how the performance is going on. And the best part of this that this is no cost, low cost. So most of the districts have started this intervention in Bihar. Basically, the northern part.
This is okay. This is good. Then comes the next part. You know, when we vaccinate, all the data needs to be uploaded to COVID portal, right?
Yeah.
So these remote villages where the floods are there and all that, where do you get connectivity, or do you upload the data later on? How do you manage?
No ways, ma'am. Actually, we have a ground rule that do not upload the data, do not vaccinate offline people. Most of the time, we found the connectivity all across the area, because the connectivity is not an issue. That to reach that people is the major issue. We won't have the. Sorry, ma'am.
So Bihar doesn't have connectivity problem.
No, we doesn't have the connectivity problem all across the flooded area of the Bihar. The connectivity problem is almost 99.99%.
You don't have problem.
No, that is not the problem. Only just to reach over there is the problem. We won't have
the road problem. Physical road problem. Digital problem
is not there. Right. Digital problem is not there. It's a motorable road problem, and we cannot use the big steamers because the water of the flood is not that much depth where we can use a big steamer to reach over there. That's why we have used a small boat that is called dinghy over here. Okay.
Well, this is very, very innovative way of doing it. So, what is the hesitancy levels out there?
Sir, that in slide number 7, we have I have just tried to present over there. The day when we have started, we got only 20 people to get vaccinated over there. Actually, they are just wanting food, shelter, and clothes over there. As you know, the main challenge during the flood is there. But
Yes.
when I have earlier said that the connectivity is not the issue, so we have incorporated their local representative over there, like ASA worker, Anganwadi workers, their PRIs member, to inform that the Tika Wali Naw is reaching to your village, to your hamlets on such and such date. So just kindly accumulate the people and try to manage each and every corona protocol over there. So hesitancy was there. It's a 20, 50, then it becomes 100, 100, 150, 160. And right now we are providing only 20 vials in a day to maintain the each and every protocols of the COVID vaccination. So the way we have almost touched 5,000, and before 15 August, we are just targeting to get vaccinated at least 15,000 people with the help of this Tika Wali.
Your graph is very, very good. It's very impressive. The one which is there on your PPT is very, very impressive. If you have been able to achieve this, I think hats off to you, because doing this in such a remote place and with the rural population, and that also in the floods time and the rain time. Bihar floods are quite well known, and especially the North Bihar floods are very well known.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
If you have been able to achieve these results, I'm really congratulating.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Recently, we have just saturated our urban settings all across the Muzaffarpur, because Muzaffarpur was badly hit in the second wave just after the Patna. So it's next to Patna, and it's a smart city also, but smart cities becomes a India and hard difference between Thane and Muzaffarpur. This is like that. So we are just have started a small intervention. So this is all about from my side, sir.
I think
Thank you,
it's
sir.
Excellent, excellent. Very
Thank
good.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.